Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this unseen video for NXT Vengeance Day. Of course, we've got a lot more than just that to talk about. We're going to start with all the Rock Cody stuff. I know that you're probably getting tired of it, but we'll work our way through it and then we will get on to NXT and other bits. So this was just a little clip from Matt Cardona. He was in the ring with Dolph Ziggler and he basically said, like you're a part-timer coming into my world. Who do you think you are? The Rock. And he told him to lie down so that he could finish his story. So Matt Cardona just referencing all the drama that's been going on with the Cody Rock situation. The crowd, so this is actually a clip, obviously we can't play the audio, but this was shown during NXT Vengeance Day, and as soon as the graphic came up, there were audible boos from the crowd. So the NXT Vengeance Day crowd, which, you know, they weren't chanting Cody or anything like that throughout the show, but there were moments throughout the evening, this being one, where graphics would be shown or something would be shown to do with The Rock, and the crowd were making their feelings heard. There were rumors that they had actually turned the crowd down. I don't know if that's true or not. You know what these rumors are like, but definitely audible boos. This WWE has announced The Rock will be replacing Cody as the cover star of 2K24. Not really. I saw this ages ago, just after yesterday's, and it made me smile. Loud We Want Cody chants break down during the Wrestlemania promo video. So this was at NXT Vengeance Day. They played the Wrestlemania promo video. That's when We Want Cody chants broke out. Again, I'm not going to paint the picture that this was loud and it was non-stop. You know, they're there, but it's not crazy, right? The place isn't like going bananas, bouncing off the walls or anything. So they're there, but I would also say that they're, all things considered, subdued. Top Dollar said, I'm definitely muting this Cody Rock convo. Y'all need a hug badly. This was during the kickoff show, so thank you, Defiant Worlds. Look at this live stream. It's just We Want Cody, We Want Cody. This was the kickoff show. These MFers are ruthless. Hashtag We Want Cody. Even Santa got in on it. Look, Dead Man Talking said we have Santa. Santa Decides is a account on Twitter where they just decide, or Santa decides, whether this celebrity has been good or bad. And they've got nothing to do with wrestling, but as of 10 hours ago, they decided that Cody was on the nice list. So it's a fun account. It's a good idea, that is. Look at this as well. Mansoor having a little bit of fun. So Mansoor won tag titles in Poland. So I believe it was him and Marseille won these tag belts. And he's joking here. Look, you can see him saying no, 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 no. Because he's joking that he got a message from The Rock saying, yo, Manny, I've got a trip to Poland coming up and I've had a great idea that I wanted to run by you. Let me know when you've got a minute, brother. So that's basically The Rock teasing that he would like to be in on these championships in Poland. So Chris, shout out to you. Thank you. Matt Cardona also tweeting out, we want Cody, hashtag We Want Cody. I do want to take this opportunity as well, though, because I know there'll be people watching this that are done with this conversation, but there will also be people watching this that want The Rock and they're happy with the Rock match. I'm going to say what I said on the stream, and what I said on the stream was I think this was the weekend for the noise. We are going to touch on the subject of letting it play out in a bit, and I feel quite passionate on that subject, so we'll save that for when we get to that. But I do think this was the weekend for the people that support Cody and that story. This was the weekend for them to make their voices heard. I think it will settle down now, to be honest. I think it will settle down. I may be proved wrong, but I don't know. I think WWE are going to do everything they can. They're going to use every weapon in their arsenal to convince people that the path we're on now is the correct path. And I think it will work on some people as well. So I expect it to settle down. Magic Dak 69, shout out to you. So Dustin Rhodes said, no matter what any company throws at a Rhodes, we make lemonade out of it. We are forever and one of the most iconic families of all time. What we do is always keep stepping. Rhodes love. That's a message from Cody's brother Dustin, obviously formerly known as Gold Dust. Kian, shout out to you. Kian said, I'm taking this with a pinch of salt. WWE are monitoring the responses surrounding Roman, Rock, and Cody. That was 11 hours ago. We have got more news on that, or more rumors on that. This as well. So a match has been announced 4 hours ago for Raw. It's going to be a bull rope match, and it's going to be Cody against Shinsuke. And a lot of people are thinking they're going to do this match instead of a promo, because if you think about it, if Cody stands in the ring with a microphone, that place is going to go bananas for him. Like, there's going to be loud "We Want Cody" chants, and the crowd are going to potentially hijack the show. If we put him in a match and we do some action to distract them, right, and we do this bull rope match instead, then maybe there will be less opportunity for them to hijack the show. So I think WWE are definitely spooked. Definitely spooked. So it's a bull rope match that's coming up. I think I should probably clarify that. I think they're spooked in the short term, in the sense of, I think they know this has been a very loud vocal weekend. I don't think they're spooked in the long term. I don't think Rock Roman is going to get changed. I don't expect Rock Roman to be changed. I think that is the plan. But I think they're probably spooked to the point where they don't feel comfortable Cody standing in a ring with a microphone, worried about how the crowd will react. Ricochet said, to clear the record. Show more. Here we go. Gonna bring the side thing in. It'll be worth it. Here we go. We want Cody. That's from Ricochet as well. That's from Ricochet, which I thought was fun. So, where did we get to? Oh, man, we've got so much to get through. Look at all these bits. So, this is how we got to the bull rope match. This is unseen footage on this unseen video, not shown on any show. Shinsuke misting Cody backstage at WWE Knoxville. So, ooh, got him good, man. I mean, they are now literally spitting in his face as well. They've took him out of the Roman match, and now we are literally also spitting in his face. What a time to be alive. So, Jason, shout out to you. Even this guy, is he called Fluffy? Fluffy? He said, hashtag We Want Cody. Tom here saying this will be Cody at the press conference, channeling his inner Sting in the rafters, going all dark and moody, which made me laugh. Ricochet said, look, first, let me say there's no bigger Cody supporter than me. Ask Samantha. But number two, you guys have shown me how truly toxic the IWC is. I mean, what I would say is that I haven't really been observing these big epic arguments, but I am aware that they have been happening. I mean, I've been posting, but I've not been getting into big, massive wars with people at all. But I am aware that they are going on, and I do think that at times this has been took too far. But there's a lot of emotion out there, in all fairness. There's a lot of anger out there that is coming from a very genuine place. So, again, you know, there's more tweets for us to look at, and we can dig into it as we go along. This was from NXT Vengeance Day today. So, Mason, thank you. Fade here saying these were in the crowd. So, Rock screwed Cody, and We Want Cody versus Roman signs. Wasn't loads. There's only a few, but that's an image of a couple. Retro D-Man said at this point, I'll do anything. There is a petition. A petition. That you can actually sign, which I think is like, I don't know where it goes, but like it's meant to, what are we meant to do with it? If you got 100,000, what would you do? What would you do with it? Just what? Send it over to @WWE? I don't know what this is meant to do. I don't know what this petition is meant to do, but people are at a loss. They just don't know what to do. So there is a petition. It did have a few thousand signatures, in all fairness. So that's going wild, isn't it? We've got this one as well. Kian, shout out to you. He said, short and simple from Ali. Ali saying, we want Cody. This was attached to a tweet, which was quite interesting. And it was basically talking about how can I fulfill my potential if you won't let me walk down that road? You know, I've got to be able to go down the road in order to fulfill, you know, who I'm going to be. And it was kind of interesting. That was the tweet that Mustafa Ali chose to put we want Cody. Sam said we want Rocky is trending, and that is true. You know, all weekend we saw we want Cody trending, and then we did see the kind of Rock fans galvanize. Took them a bit of time, but they did galvanize, and then on Sunday we started to see we want Rocky tweet kind of coming up. To be honest, we want Rocky and we want Cody both got kind of pushed to the side thanks to the Grammys. So it is true, though. This, I think, is part of the reason why I don't think we're going to see the plans change from Rock Roman. I don't think we're going to see those plans change because I think that this was the weekend, you know, for noise to be made. The Cody fans, supporters made their voices heard, but then the Rock fans started to galvanize and organize. And because, I mean, look, he's one of the most followed, most popular men in all of the world. He has a very passionate, active fan base. It was only a matter of time before the Rock fans got it together. But as we said, by the time they got going, the Grammys just wiped everything out anyway. Then we've got this. So Mason plays again. Appreciate it. The belief internally is that Rock Roman is still on for WrestleMania 40. Some WWE officials claim they see the responses as 50-50. I literally have no idea how they could see the responses as 50-50, whilst others are firmly on Cody's side. Cody was said to be visibly somber backstage on Friday. This apparently, I haven't had a chance to confirm, but apparently coming from Fightful, you can see there, and the WrestlePlug. Taylor Swifty5, shout out to you. They had a good night. Sportskeeda said the outrage from the universe has been overwhelming. The YouTube video of the Rock Roman interaction has now gone over 500,000 dislikes. Zero said the Rock's merchandise collection is currently #1 on WWE Shop, so they did drop new merch for the Rock, and apparently that is #1 on WWE Shop, although that might have been replaced by the Chase U calendar, which sold out in all of, was it like 30 minutes or something? We'll get to it. Rikishi said, what's happening? Guys, what's going on? So that was Rikishi. The Rock should have won the Royal Rumble, then there would be no arguments. I mean, that is so true. That is so true. The big bugbear is, we've said before, it's not Rock Roman that's the problem. It's how we've got to the match. It's the fact that Cody won the Rumble, pointed at Roman and made his intentions clear. And then fast forward a few days, he's being bumped to the side. So it's absolutely true. If Rock had been in the Rumble, if Rock had been number 30, Rock had won the Rumble and then stared at Roman, you know, we would never have had to have gone down these roads. We would never have had this past week that we've had, you know. So it's a good point. It's very true. It's why I included it. Coach Alex, thank you. Coach said, in all my years, I don't think I've seen a groundswell of emotion and support for a superstar in the WWE. The last 24 hours has been incredible to watch, and I believe that moments like this are why people love this man so much. Real cool moments, and I always loved live. So I think that connects to, if I remember correctly, the video of him and the person we looked at, you know, the legally blind person. So I believe it's it connected to that. Right, let's go back down. There's Coach. Greg said CM Punk should come to Raw with his arm in a sling, call out Cody, cut an Ace Steel style promo encouraging him to fight. 10 years ago, they drove me away for this very reason. Don't let them do the same thing to you. And then have Punk slap him. That would be sick, wouldn't it? That would be really cool. Brandi said, one of the many reasons I chose this man to spend the rest of my life with. So again, just attached to the video. I think it is the one I'm thinking of, is it not? This is the, let's turn this down. This is the Legally Blind one, it is, yeah. I think we looked at this yesterday. That's the same video that Coach was talking about. Patrick said, can you stop tweeting "We Want Rocky" and just start tweeting "I just want Roman to win" like you actually mean? Do you know, it's a really interesting point, that. So really, I wonder if there are a few people doing that. Clearly, The Rock's got fans, right? He's got fans, and he's got a passionate fan base. But I wonder if there are Roman fans that are using the "We Want Rocky" hashtag, because I think they know that they stand a better chance of winning against The Rock than they do against Cody. Cody's trying to finish his story, and I don't think, like, The Rock at this stage in his career, I don't think he would be coming in and beating Roman. I would have Roman favourite against The Rock, and I would have Cody favourite against Roman. So I wondered if that was going on. Footage again of the Mistin. I think I just included it when I saw it. Okay, Julian Weeks said, look, pay attention, folks. Hashtag let it play out. So The Rock said the current storyline will be so much fun, and how they're playing the long game. Okay. And I think there was another one which was similar. Okay. Well, the point I was going to make, and I'll make the point here, is I don't think you should let it play out. I'm really a big believer in the opposite, right? And the reason why is because if this is a long-term story that's going to result in Cody winning the title, because I think he will get it eventually. I've no doubt he'll win it eventually. I've no doubt he'll finish his story. That's not the problem. The problem is the fact he's been pushed to the side by The Rock. That's the issue, right? It's the robbery. It's the injustice. That's the problem. Well, if they've done that on purpose, then I've got to think they've done it to upset you, right? I've got to think that if it is a swerve and they're going to bring Cody back further down the road, right? Then I've got to think they've done that and they want you to be upset. So that would say to me that you're entitled to be upset, right? You're allowed to be upset. You don't need to let it play out or anything like this. It might end up getting where you want it to be anyway, but there's no guarantee of that. And even if they are doing a swerve down the road, right now, they want you to be upset, right? If it's not going to have a swerve down the road and we just are drifting our way to Rock versus Roman, well, then you're right to be upset, aren't you? Because if you do let it play out and you are a Cody supporter, there's every chance that you do this, you keep your mouth quiet, you don't use the hashtag, and you let it play out, and before you know it, it's Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, and Cody is fighting Seth again for a fourth time, right? So, for me, let it play out does not work. I made this point during the live stream. It doesn't work. At what point do I get to voice my displeasure? If we all let it play out this weekend and we didn't go with We Want Cody and we didn't do all of that stuff, then how would we have got our message across? How would we have let WWE know that we're not happy? When would that have happened? Would we have had to have waited until after WrestleMania? This let it play out argument may never go away. To me, let it play out is what Rock fans would say to get you to shut up, to try and reduce the noise. It's easy for them to say, let it play out. It's funny how the Cody fans aren't saying, let it play out, but seemingly the Rock fans are saying, let it play out. I do not subscribe to let it play out. I think you can't go wrong with voicing your displeasure. If it turns out to be a work and Cody gets inserted into the match against Roman at WrestleMania in a few weeks' time, there's every chance that happened because people voiced their displeasure, right? And even if it turns out it was planned that way all along, well, WWE right now, they want you to be upset. So you're only doing what they want, you know? You can't go wrong if you voice your displeasure. So this let it play out. I do agree with don't let it get out of control. You know, I can't give you examples, but from what I've seen, there is toxicity being reported, right? But I mean, just putting We Want Cody and sharing your support for Cody. If you're a Cody supporter, I really disagree with this let it play out. I really, really do. Dominik Mysterio jumped in and said Cody Rhodes is ass. The Rock is cheeks. We want Senor M-I-B. I think he meant M-I-T-B. It doesn't matter. Dave Meltzer, right. Oh, God. I will say, anyone that's mad for Cody, who's going to end up fine when all is said and done, the story will be finished. I do agree with that, right? Above being mad at Vince is beyond weird. It's almost psychotic, really. Now, what I would say is, right now, there are allegations against Vince that don't look good. They really don't look good, right? And the John Laurinaitis stance, if you will, him coming out and saying, like, you know, he's a victim as well, that just makes things look even worse, right? So it absolutely does not look good for Vince right now, and it looks, well, it doesn't look good, right? What I would say, though, is I think if you are mature, you would let this play out. Yeah, you're gonna watch, you're gonna observe, you're going to look at the twists and turns. There are some things which, to be honest, you don't need to comment on them, right? If he's guilty, he's scum of the earth, right? But we need to establish that. It needs to go to court. It needs to be properly heard, both sides. We've had 80 pages from her side. We've had a paragraph from his side. Does it look good? No. Absolutely no, right? Should she be supported? Yes, of course. And I think she is. And she should be given space and support, and she should be free to say whatever she wants to say, right? Big believer in the support being there. And I think she's got that support, right? I think she's got that support. So she's come out. She's, you know, it's a very detailed lawsuit, isn't it? It's very, very detailed. But I think at this stage where we are, a lot of fans are just looking at the situation, maybe even still trying to get their heads around the situation. I mean, it is so graphic and so detailed that you can understand why people are processing it and also waiting to see what happens at court. How we can compare that to what we're seeing with Cody, that is strange to me. And there's been people that have come back and thrown this back. You know, how can you be so angry at the Cody situation and not show that same anger at the Vince situation? The honest truth is the Vince situation is so much more serious. So much more serious that that's not something that we want to have, like, fun with, you know? I mean, for me personally, I went on Twitter and I was putting We Want Cody and putting tweets out and all this kind of stuff. I was having fun with it. I wasn't even thinking before I was hitting send. I was typing stuff, like, whatever was in my head and hitting send, right? Because I could do that. Because this is not the end of the world, right? The Vince stuff is way more horrific. So I struggle with this mentality as well. I struggle with this mentality that these two are even in the same country. You know, they're just so different. One is, like, not that serious, and it's storyline, and it's finished the story. If Cody never finished the story, it's nothing compared to what the allegations are against Vince. I mean, you just would not treat these things the same. So I don't get this. I don't get it. I just think it's really weird. It's very strange to try and put the two together. I don't know. James said, Sami Zayn, I know many people have got opinions about wrestling drama, and maybe I would weigh in, if not for the fact that there are actual tragedies happening daily that make wrestling drama seem unimportant. Do you know, that I agree in the sense of that's kind of what we're saying, you know? They're so different. You know, even Sami Zayn here is saying, look, I know that you lot are getting involved in the rest, but there are so many big dramas actually happening. Like, this just seems petty. But that's the point. This is petty. But that's why we feel we can engage in it. Or that's why I feel I can engage in it. Because it doesn't matter. It's petty. It's kind of backing up what I'm saying. There are big tragedies and things happening in the world. There are big things happening in the world. This isn't one of them. So that's why we feel a lot more free to be able to, you know, maybe these people are seeing some real toxic stuff that I'm just not seeing, that I'm not privy to. So maybe that's, you know, where they're coming from. To me, like, the Cody thing is, you know, I sleep fine. I don't think about it. It's not the end of the world. It's a storyline. It's something that's happening on a TV show. You know, it's a bit like a character in a TV drama doing something stupid or doing something nonsensical. Makes you angry, but, you know, you don't dwell on it. Whereas I completely agree, you know, what Dave is saying and what Sammy is saying are kind of connected in the sense of Sammy is saying, you know, I've got opinions, but at the end of the day, wrestling stuff, it just doesn't matter, you know. But that's the point. That's why we're chatting about it, because it don't matter. So this is what makes Dave's tweet so strange, where he's like, if you're going crazy about the Cody thing, shouldn't you be going crazy about the Vince thing? No. How about no? Right, Julian Week said they're not paying attention. Stuff like this doesn't throw up any green flags. So Ricochet said, we want Cody. Logan said, we want Cody. Patrick the Heel said, is this not throwing up any green flags? And Julian said they're not paying attention. Yes, to me, Julian has made his position quite clear on this. He wants this to play out, right? He wants this to play out, and I've already spoken about why I don't think that's a good idea. Patrick the Heel, I actually don't know what his position is on this, but as I said, this could be something, and it might not be anything. All the reports are we are heading to Rock versus Roman, right? And I wouldn't let these kinds of things dampen your enthusiasm and your passion. Definitely don't take it too far. Let's remember what Sammy said. So definitely don't take it too far. But equally, I do wonder if some of these posts are an attempt to shut the Cody support up. Ricochet said, let's all voice our opinions. Let's all debate on what we think is important. That's the best part of this, the fact we love it. But when you want to say some hateful stuff, just because you can, that's when the fun stops. Let's be cool. And Carrion responded, holy shiz, a voice of reason on social media. The whole planet should be retweeting what you've said. And that's true. I mean, look, hateful stuff. I mean, I think there's people saying, like, you know, they want Roman's, like, you know, illnesses to return and all. I mean, nah. We've lost our minds here, right? I mean, clearly, you know, we're not saying this, and no one in this community, to my knowledge, is saying this. I certainly would hope not. It ain't that serious, right? But, yeah, and the reason this is why we are talking about it with such passion is because it's not that serious. Right, I hope we've kind of clarified some positions there, because there's a lot of stuff in there that gets kind of thrown back at us, you know? Right, let's have a look, shall we, at NXT. I'm going to go down. I'll work my way down. So here, Ivar eyeing up Oba Femi. Ivar iron, which I imagine that match, moot. We're going to get some moot. Apparently they were booing Ava as well. I listened to this. The boos are very quiet again, you know. Very quiet. Dijak just showing off the scars of war. Julian saying Trick and Ilya gave us match of the year. It was a banger. Do you think it was the best match that WWE have put out so far? We did a poll. We do polls for every matches, all the matches during our live streams. And I think it did come back as being the best match from that show. Both the title matches were incredible, right? The women's and the men's championship matches, really enjoyed them both. The men's just rated a bit higher. But was it match of the year so far? It could be. It really could be. I love this image from Ava as well. Look at this. Tatum Paxley in the background. Ava says, help. And Paxley said, I just wanted to talk. Joe Gacy, happy, I think. Isla Dawn said, Joe Gacy is my favorite wrestler. Joe Gacy responding. These two very excited at winning the Dusty Cup. And they were arguing about who's going to have the trophy after. Baron Corbin said he was going to put it in his whiskey room. Oba Femi said he's going to keep this title victorious tonight, going to keep this title forever. I mean, I would move on to bigger things if I was Oba Femi. I wouldn't keep the belt forever. But good showing from him tonight. Good showing. There's Tatum Paxley again. Look, she's like, look at us. Look at us. There she is with Lyra Valkyria. We're literally the same. It was meant to be. The calendar got released. So, Brady, shout out to you. So, the calendar came out. The Chase U calendar sold out in 30 minutes. Michael said, I just saw that Carmen has August on the Chase U calendar. I need to find a way to get one. And she said the first 30 were signed by her. So Carmen Petrovic signing the first 30. They did show them signing the calendars during the show, right? And they sold out online. God only knows how many they sold, how many were available. Amazing. There's another image. This isn't PG, said Jim. I mean, it doesn't strike me as anything other than PG. There's not, you know. I'm pretty sure they wear less when they're actually on NXT, on the actual show, you know? So I don't think there's anything too raunchy or risky here. You can see a few other of the images, but yeah, the calendar is a real thing. It came out. It sold out. It wasn't on Euroshop, though. It was only on WWE Shop. So if they do restock it, they need to get it onto Euroshop. Is this a hint towards Camille? Said Jordan. Ava said, I won't be upstaged by Aldis or Pearce. What does that mean? So obviously they've been bringing in new faces. That got people excited. Does this mean new faces were going to be at NXT Vengeance Day? Well, sadly they weren't, but there was a tease for someone, for something, and we'll get to it. Alex said, you've got to love Dijak. Yeah, he said Mr. PLE is back, and lots of swear words. So you can see here he was quite passionate. I think there's a good chance that he is on his way towards a championship opportunity with Ilya. Right, here we go. You're going to have to remember this. Shaquem, shout out to you. The Japanese say you have 3 faces. The first face you show the world. The second face you show to your close friends and family. The third face you never show anyone. And look what we had during the show. The exact same quote. The real one no one sees, but reflects the evil he truly possesses. A man has 3 faces. This got people talking. Who is this? So we believe that it connects to this Japanese saying. The fact that it's like he and his, and the Japanese saying doesn't seem to be he and his. Maybe hints towards it being a male superstar. Obviously, a lot of people went Okada, myself included. Okada. At one point, I did think Julia. But the he and him and all of that, I think, is making me think it's a guy. My mind did snap to Tama Tonga Loa, you know, those guys from New Japan that were in Guerrillas of Destiny. I don't know if it's both of them that are available or just one of them that's available, but my mind did flick over to that as well. So I don't know. It's very difficult. Julia, Okada, Tama Tonga Loa, whichever one is available, or if both of them are available, that's where my mind was at. This is clearly something people are going to be keeping an eye on. This was one of the most talked about moments from the show. This was good. So when Trick came out, right, I think it was at the start of the show with Carmelo, and obviously the crowd are like, whoop, that Trick. Booker would be like, oh yeah, he'd be jumping in, doing those little bits in between. Well, Wade Barrett gave it a go, and it was cringe. It was really cringe. I think he called himself MC Bullhammer. And Booker T just tweeted this out. That's a damn shame, man. That's, oh. So there was a lot of people just laughing at Wade Barrett's attempt at filling in for Booker T in that moment. Oh, obviously, Wade Barrett's a goat, man. He did so good. But this bit was cringe. But I think it was meant to be cringe. Brady said apparently the calendars at Vengeance Day and the calendars on the website are different. No information as to how, but interesting. We did the We Want Cody chants, working to get it restocked. Calendar out of stock, but they're working hard to get it back in. So James, thank you. Ava, yikes. I think this was following the conclusion of Vengeance Day with Carmelo turning on Trick Williams. So Watson, thank you. Thea asking who got their calendar. And also, just news as to why Booker was missing. I won't be at Vengeance Day. I'll be off TV the next few weeks due to a medical procedure I have to have. But I'm all good, and I will be back in action. Thank you for the support. Couldn't do it without the people. Shucky ducky. So that's where Booker was. He'll be out for a few weeks. Dijat said, I'm not talking about my stuff because, honestly, I couldn't care less. But if you're going to hijack a comment section in support of Cody, maybe stick to the relevant ones. Because flooding the posts about young, excited NXT talent just sends the wrong message. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go and kill Joe Gacy. So it is true. I mean, I think that, it's been going everywhere, this We Want Cody stuff. And apparently some of the young NXT talent have been getting their comment sections kind of flooded as well. So definitely something just to keep an eye on, keep in mind. Right, here we go. Carmelo and Trick. So this was pointed out by head of the table. Watson, thank you. It all makes sense. He throws the chair away. That could be evidence. And he chose a chair tonight as well. He faked a leg injury to foreshadow what he was going to do to Trick. It's amazing storytelling. People also pointing out that in this moment here, he's also wearing the jacket. So, I don't know. Could they have been Easter eggs? Maybe. It is true. He does push that chair away. Quite sharpish. Was it the weapon? Love it. Carmelo has got one word response. So again, unseen footage. So basically he says, whooped. Boom. That's a great line, isn't it? Whooped. Oh, let's go, man. Whooped. He should have a whooped that trick shirt. Do you reckon they'll do that? Whooped that trick. Grayson responded, finally, Mello. Good lads. Marcus, shout out to you. Crack Caft fan account as well. Thank you. Watson, tagging me in this. What's the status? Said bro got the betrayal fit on. So there's Shawn Michaels turning on his tag partner, Marty Jannetty, one of the most famous turns in wrestling history, certainly WWE history, the splitting up of the Rockers. And look at that, Carmelo has got the it's not the exact same, but it's a black leather jacket. He's also wearing the same thing. I think that was done on purpose. I could totally believe it. And we know that that's the same jacket he wore when Trick was attacked as well. So I think there are some Easter eggs here. Crispy Wrestling said damage control breakup and Carmelo Hayes turning on Trick in the span of 2 days. Heartbreak weekend. So it was true, wasn't it? Look at that. The breakup of a couple of relationships. Lexis King said I was right after all, and Dijak said, oh look, Dijak was right about Mello, pretends to be shocked. Right, we need to talk about Stardom. Oh wow, I mean, wow. Shaquem, shout out to you. Bushi Road said they have fired Rosi Aguara. I don't know how you pronounce his name. I don't watch Stardom. Because he is poaching Stardom talent. Since 2019, the company has entered into an agreement with Rosi, the founder of Stardom, and they invited him to serve. I've got it here. Oh, I can do the whoosh whoosh, can't I? Whoosh whoosh. They've invited him to serve as executive producer. They've entrusted him with Stardom-related tasks. However, we have been recently aware that Rosi has been poaching a number of Stardom athletes and staff members, and we've decided to terminate the agreement. It's big news, this, because he is the guy that started Stardom and is responsible for Stardom, and I've seen him. I'm aware of him. I don't watch Stardom, but I have seen him press conferences and things like this. And for him to be kicked out is big news. Sean Ross Sapp said there have been rumors that Rosie is WWE bound. I think we will read later that that's been kind of, you know, scuppered. Tony Khan got in on it and he said the feds had an undercover agent in Dr. Shrek's office. He's implying here to me that WWE and Rosie were working together. And I think we'll see here Dave Meltzer say it did. Now, the question was Kairi Sane related to this? Is this how Kairi managed to get to WWE? And Dave Meltzer responding, yeah, basically. That was, you know, so Kairi is believed to have been a part of this, you know? And that's why I think Tony Khan is speaking out on it as well. Sean said, Wrestling Observer claiming that Rosie isn't going to WWE. It was started to be heavily rumoured that he wanted or was angling to work with WWE over the past week within AEW and New Japan. Again, Tony Khan, another tweet saying it's a clear case of industrial espionage. So it's quite clear this has been playing out in the background for a little while. And so I think the rumour mill is that he has been poaching talent and maybe assisting WWE, but Kairi Sane would be the only name that I'm aware of. Obviously, Julia, who was in that picture that we looked at just, she is expected to come to WWE. Would she be someone else that was like involved in this? I mean, I don't expect anything to come of this. It's not like the police are going to be called. I mean, the guy has lost his job, right? So I don't expect there to be any kind of legal action here. But it's clear that Tony was aware of this situation. New Japan have become aware of the situation. And, you know, Rosie has lost his position. So that's Julia. We expect her to be in WWE at some point. And who knows, that Japanese Tease may be relating to her. But the fact that it talks about him and his makes us think that it might not be her. So it's a watch this space situation. Brian Alvarez, see, we will have more later. The Stardom story is way bigger than just Rosie leaving. To be honest, that might just be teasing about the poaching stuff. I think that was sent out just before, so... and then here, a lot of talent that's loyal to Rosie, the founder of Stardom. He gave most women their breaks. Expect several departures from the group in March when their contracts expire. So this could just be the start of things. It really could be the case that a lot of talent that is in Stardom, which is a very important Japanese female promotion, probably the most important, we could be seeing some talent that's going to stay loyal to Rosie. If he ends up going to WWE, that means that we could be seeing a chunk of Stardom talent coming into the likes of NXT. So it is very much watch this space. And Julian Weeks here saying, wow. So Google Translate, this is actually a comment from Rosie. Okay. Suddenly, after yesterday's game, I was notified that my contract would be terminated. The truth of the matter may be told someday. I'm worried about the players right now. Thank you for supporting Stardom for the past 13 years. From now on, it will be Stardom created by Bushiroad. So he's basically saying from now on, I'm not involved. It's Bushiroad that are doing it all going forward. So that seems to be the situation with Stardom, but it could have big impact on WWE further down the road. So we've done Stardom, we've done Carmelo, we've done NXT, we've done The Rock and Cody. We've just got one more folder to go. Sam Roberts here saying, what a relief. R-Truth said, calm down, people. I appreciate the support and the concerns, but it's part of the gig. Live, laugh, love. I'm definitely in the Judgment Day now. So here it says jumped in. Jumped in is an invitation that involves other gang members beating the potential member as a test of his or her courage and fighting ability. So R-Truth has seen that and he said, that's it. I'm in. That was them testing me. I am in Judgment Day. I mean, I don't know that that's true. Here you can see that Love and WWE has cracked the top 15 on Hulu. So that was tweeted out by Bianca and Montez. Just sharing the excitement. We come in for that number 1. Yeah, I wasn't going to dwell on this. Max Caster mentioned Vince during one of his raps at like an indie show. I don't know. I think, you know, some people will make a big deal out of this. It's probably designed to get a bit of attention. It's up to you whether you think it's in good taste or not. He doesn't really go into any detail. I think he said, like, going to be freaky like Vince, or it was just something like that. I don't know. I didn't really think much of it, to be honest. But it's one of those kind of stories where it might gain some traction. This was crazy. Former WWE star claims that Triple H has got his own NDAs, and there are many more to be found. These are big allegations from Ryback. He's quite disgruntled with WWE, so I don't know how much stock you can put into it. He's like, I want you to look into the 2016 kind of social media license agreements, because he had a lot of his accounts shut down. But for him to claim that like Triple H has his own NDAs and there's many more to be found, like, I don't know, man. Legal wise, I don't know. Makes me nervous. So he's a brave man. Jesse Markle, shout out to you, just sharing the R-Truth thing. And Supportington mentioned this during our live stream, and I hadn't seen this. So when I went back through my Twitter accounts, I saw it. This is Supportington, big member of the community in the live streams a lot, a regular. This is his tattoo. Look at that, really cool. Bray Wyatt logo. And really great. It's a really good one as well. You know, loads of detail on there. So you've got to be thrilled with that, bud. Looks really cool. We got a few more bits. So Shaquem here tagging me in this. So Maria Canales said there's lots of reports. I didn't get this, to be honest. Let's have a read of it. Maria Canales said there are lots of reports about things that happened when I was in WWE. Most of them are just wrong. Some of the rumors circulated by WWE loyalists, bots, or news organizations on the payroll, WWE payroll. Ooh, that's interesting. News organizations on the WWE payroll. Here are some facts. When I was released by WWE the first time in 2010, my contract was up and I refused to sign for 1/3 of what my male contemporaries were making. When I went back, I was told by many I trusted that WWE had changed. WWE knew we were planning on adding to our family when we were re-signed. Mike asked for his release. I did not. Mike never went to WWE rehab, nor did they pay for any rehab. We were lied to many times about our storyline and what direction it was going. I fought back against it, no avail. We were never paid millions of dollars in WWE. We had the average contract for WWE for 6 months. We are not millionaires and we don't live in a mansion. I hope this helps people separate fact from fiction. I really don't know where that's come from. Clearly, there's some noise there that I'm not aware of, but an interesting, insightful message from Maria Kanellis. Then we've got this. Look, it sounds like attempts are being made to remove Vince from 2K24. They're trying to figure out a way of getting him out the game, which may not be possible. I believe this is Dave Meltzer, and he goes on to say, let's not guess. Let's not try and remember. That's actually... Here we go. They're trying to figure out a way of getting him out the video game, which may not be possible. And probably trying to figure out a way to erase him from history, which is completely impossible. So that was a quote from Dave Meltzer, picked up by Wrestle Talk. Then we've got this from Bailey. She said, if they don't want to put me on a poster until I make it into the freaking Hall of Fame, then fine. I'll wait for it. So Bailey says that she'll wait as long as it takes to make it onto the posters. God, I really enjoyed this R-Truth one, didn't I? It's the third one that I've added into this folder. And then let's end on a meme. There we go. Asuka with her face being painted as she poses as the Mona Lisa. A lot going on there. and a lot going on in the world of wrestling. I hope that's brought you up to speed. Really appreciate the support. You know this. We knew this would be long. Didn't know it would be this long. But I hope you enjoyed it all the same. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. Thank you for tagging me in these things. Don't forget, if you do see something, tweet me on it. That way I can get your name on screen. And also, don't tweet me in like the Sean Ross Sapp tweets, because I'll just keep an eye on those myself. So thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support, and I will see you tomorrow for Raw live stream. We do the watch along. We start 2 hours before, so come and say hello and share your thoughts. We'll do the Raw watch along. As soon as that finishes, I'll start work on the next Unseen. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.